So, how are we doing, guys? This is just my personal review of the LG Google Nexus 5. Back here I have the box, just what came in it. Books, charger, SIM card, tool, opener, all that stuff came in. So that's that. I came from the Nexus 4. This is a Nexus 4, white one. It's for sale if anybody wants it. But and this is the Nexus 5. So just up front, you can tell the differences. So Nexus 4, Nexus 5. It is a little bit bigger, a little bit taller. According to Google's measurements, the Nexus 5 is actually a little bit thinner. So there you can see them side by side again. And the backs are obviously different. Nexus 4 has this glass back. It's gorgeous, but this Nexus 5 has this back. It's plastic back, and a lot of people were like, it feels cheap. The plastic is weird. It makes it like Samsung. But I tell you what, I love this back. I really do. Most of the time my phone has actually been in a case. I have a review up of those too if you want to check those out. But this back, when you're just holding it in your hand, it feels so good. It doesn't slide, it doesn't do anything. It feels like you're holding a phone. It feels solid. And for some of you that are wondering, that white dot, I just haven't peeled off the plastic yet that it was shipped with, so there's not actually a white dot right there. It's black. So, like I said, Nexus 4. Now, one thing you do have to keep in mind is my Nexus 4 may actually be a little bit faster than my Nexus 5, but this thing is it's on Paranoid Android. It's running a custom kernel. I've done some stuff with it, exposed on it. So this has been personalized and customized. And the Nexus 5 has not yet, just because nothing's been updated yet. The only thing I did to the Nexus 5 so far is change my LCD density to change the size of the icons, because I just felt they were too big. But as far as hardware goes, they did change the direction of the, I don't know if you can see this, there you go, of the USB port. So on the Nexus, the short side is up, and on the 5, the long side is up. On the Nexus 4, the speaker's on the back. On the Nexus 5, they're down here. One of these, you can see these little holes. One of them is, I don't know which one. One of them is the speaker, and one of them is the microphone. So that's pretty cool. But other than that, camera, the notification light is down here. I'll turn that on in a second. Proximity sensor, speaker. The speaker is just this little circle. It looks really cool, not on camera, because the Nexus 4 had this, this line up here. But the Nexus 5 just has this dot. So that's hardware. I love it. It feels so good in the hand. So now we can turn this on. Let me turn up the brightness. All right, there we go. So yeah, big difference in the screen. So this is, I believe it's like a 4.96 inch 1080p screen. Nexus 4 has, I believe, a 4.8 inch 720p screen. Let me turn up the brightness on this one as well. The Nexus 5 screen just blows this thing out of the water. It actually is, I believe, the Nexus 4 screen. It's just shorter. It just doesn't look as good. It really doesn't. And I know that I have this cool mountain on here, and I have just blah on here. But it really does make, you can tell in the icons. Like, look at there's no way you can look at it on video, but like I can look at the maps icon, say on the Nexus 4, and I can look at the maps icon on the Nexus 5, and there really is a difference. You can literally see a difference. The other difference is the screen is beautiful. Screen is worth it by itself. I do have a screen protector on my phone, so if you see some kind of weird glare, it's because of the screen protector. It's super fast. Does anything you want it to do. whatever you want it to do. Camera, the camera. Here's what I'll tell you about the camera. Um, the camera is okay. Here's what I'll tell you about the camera. The camera is better than the Nexus 4 camera by far. It really is. It truly is. It's not as good as say the iPhone 5s. My wife has an iPhone 5s. I did some comparison shots, and it's not as good, but there's plenty of pictures out on the internet comparing them. You can go to different websites and see that. So, but yeah, I love this. The other thing I love is KitKat, Android 4.4. So as you can tell, I can swipe, and we have Google Now. I'm on airplane mode, so none of this is going to update, if that's what you're wondering, just so that no one texts me or I don't get any emails during this. I love Google Now. I don't know if you can tell, but on my Nexus 4, I'm actually using Nova Launcher, and I'm sticking with the Google Experience Launcher, I believe as it's called, for now anyway. You know, there are a couple things that I do miss about my Nexus 4 that they'll become available as things get updated. Like the little small things, like on my Nexus 4, I have the little percentage circle for my battery, so I know how much battery I have left. And on my Nexus 5, it's just the battery. Let's see what else. If you see a dot on my Nexus 5, it's because I have it shows where I'm touching on. I just like it, so it's on. I'm trying to think of the differences other than that. I mean, it feels better. It really does. It looks different. It feels better. I am really, really happy with this Nexus 5. It does have LTE. I actually have not used LTE because I'm on Straight Talk, and I have an old SIM card that doesn't support LTE. But I've ordered a new one. It was only $7, so when I get that, I'll pop that in there and try out the LTE. But for me, data's been fine. Wi-Fi goes fine. Maps goes fine. You know, I can click on Reddit. Well, let's turn some Wi-Fi on. Get rid of airplane mode, just to do some stuff. So you know, I can go to Reddit, and the screen is just so big. It really feels good. You know, it doesn't. I don't know if you can tell. I just got a text message. Don't worry about it. But you can tell it doesn't lag. Pictures are loaded. That I don't like about that. I can go up and down. I can go up and down. Let's try that on my Nexus 4. Wireless Wi-Fi. Let it connect. See, it just disconnected the Wi-Fi faster. This is still going. The other thing that this doesn't have is that the bars at the top don't change colors whenever you're connected to Google servers, and it don't have the arrows for uploading and downloading. So you can just tell the difference in the screen, I think. So just refresh both. As you can see, I have the screens next to each other, and the bottom of my screens are lined up, and you can tell that the Nexus 5 goes higher. So you see how there's a slight lag. So it kind of jumps is what the Nexus 4 does. The Nexus 5 doesn't. It doesn't jump at all. So I love it. Hangouts, a bunch of text messages, but Hangouts is great. I like it a lot. But yeah, that is the Nexus 5. Some people care about these quadrant scores. I did one earlier. Let's see if it still has my result. Here, how about we just watch this and this will end. You can see the 3D stuff that it does on this Nexus 5, and then we'll be done. So I know that quadrant scores are kind of BS and don't really mean anything, but it's a cool demonstration to show of the phone, just how smooth it is, that kind of thing. If it's not smooth, then your internet's probably really slow and the video is slow. But you can tell down here I'm running at 59 frames per second. I don't know if you can see that, but I can. So 59 frames per second, which is pretty good for a 1080p screen. I'm only running at 40 on this one. But this phone is just, it's fantastic. It really is. So 12,399. If you can't see that, the one right below is the HTC One X at like, I don't know, like 4,800. So it's up there. But I love this phone. I love Google Now. Here, we'll try that. Okay, Google. It works perfectly. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. Okay, Google. I heard you could go Google. Hey, go Google. There we go. Go Google. Go Google. Yeah, okay. So voice recognition works really well. I love the phone. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. Thanks.